AI filmmaking has completely changed forever.
In position.
Wind's picking up. You've got a narrow window.
Copy. Moving. It's coming down.
And if you're just starting out, you don't want to waste your time creating videos the old way. Now, there's a new way that allows anyone, from complete beginners to professionals, to make high-quality movies without a 20-step workflow. In fact, there are just 3 steps inside, and they take less than 10 minutes. Now, the only reason this workflow actually works is because of one new AI feature called the AI Director. With this, you can discuss, plan, and generate anything all in this same place. And this feature is what's already changing the entire AI filmmaking space. So to access it, I'm going to be using OpenArt. I left a link in the description down below where you can sign up and follow along with me. Inside the platform, there are a lot of features, but to access the AI Director, you need to press this button, which gets you onto this new page. And if you scroll down, you can see there are a lot of presets you can use. For example, if you want to create a new UGC ad for a product, you don't need to create everything yourself. You can simply use this template that was made with the AI Director and follow along with the steps. But the main action happens here in the text section. However, you don't need to write a prompt and then wait for an image or a video. Think of it more like Claude, but with the power to actually create and edit image and video generations. That's why in this tutorial, I want to show you all these steps I follow to create an AI film with 2 characters, where one is actually me. An avalanche comes over me, but I get saved at the last minute. So that's the idea I have, but other than that, I'm not really sure how it will turn out, and that's normal. This is actually what makes the AI Director so powerful. If you try to get too specific with it from the start, you limit its creativity. So that's why I'm going to write this prompt inside. And because one of the characters will look exactly like me, I also need to add this reference sheet. Now, all I need to do is press generate, but before that, there's actually one simple setting that decides whether you burn through your credits or use them carefully to get the best results. And that's this button right here. You've got 2 options. You can either choose guide me or the second one, which is just make it. The second one, I'd say, is for really advanced creators who know exactly what they want out of their prompts. If you set it on that, the AI won't ask you anything and just generates the video. And that's not what you want if you're not 100% clear on all the details. So I'll leave it on guide me, and now let's press generate. Now, you don't need to remember all of these small tips and tricks I'm showing you because I actually made an entire document that covers every step from this tutorial. It's completely free and you can find it in the description below. But getting back to the AI Director, you can see that it responded back just like a normal chatbot would. It understood what we wanted to create and gave us a few story ideas, like a desert convoy and a rooftop cutoff. Now, nothing is locked in right now, so you can still go back and forth with it and ask it to give you more options. But I really like the first story idea it gave me, so I'm going to use that. At the same time, I'm also going to tell it to add one more thing it missed, because without it, the whole video would be a mess. And that's the second character, because right now, the only person it actually knows about is me. So that's why I'm going to use this prompt, and let's go ahead and press enter to see what it gives us. Well, it locked in our story plan, and it also gives us a small description of the characters we'll have. The first one is me, and the second one is the female pilot called Mara. And then it goes and creates the structure of the video. It estimates it'll be about 90 seconds, starting with the hook, then going into the trigger, the fall, and 2 more scenes. This is really useful to see before it actually creates the scenes, because you can adjust them exactly as you want. And remember, this is just what the AI Director suggests. You can always tell it to change something, just like I did with my character. Next, it also gives us the normal settings, like the aspect ratio, the resolution, and the duration options. So now let's tell it that everything looks good and lock in the settings we want, which brings us to the second step, the actual image and video generations. So let's press enter one more time and see what it builds for us. Well, it made a character sheet for both our personas, and each one has 2 panels inside. One shows the entire character, including their outfit, and the other is a slight zoom on the face. And then it also created 2 more images, one of the location where our action happens, and the other one is the chopper. And just like this, with the AI Director, we've got all the first assets we need, which makes sure none of our characters or objects will look different from one scene to another. However, I can spot a small thing on the reference sheet of my character. On the right side, I've got those ski goggles on, while on the left side, I don't. Now, this isn't necessarily a mistake, but what I've found is that the best approach in AI filmmaking is to use the same outfits and the same accessories on every character sheet. So that's why I'm going to write a new prompt where I simply tell the AI Director that there are no goggles in the left image and let it fix it for us. Well, Well, now it's finally looking good. And as you can see, this change took only a few seconds and it didn't require any editing skill. Before AI, this simple task would have taken hours if you didn't know how to edit properly in complicated tools like Adobe. But now that everything's locked in and I'm happy with all the assets, we can simply tell it to move on to the next step. And this is where it takes everything we've made and actually starts building the film. It writes all the scripts and the prompts for the scenes, and then it generates them. And after a few seconds, these are all the scenes it gave us. So let's go over all of them one by one. The first thing I notice is the suspenseful background sound, which makes it feel like some danger is coming. Then we've got a character that looks exactly like me. There's literally no difference I can spot. And I also like how the camera shots keep changing, so it's not just one still drawn out shot. So now let's see the second one. This also looks really good and cinematic, especially when that avalanche is starting. However, I don't remember mentioning any skis in my prompts, so the fact that my character starts skiing isn't something I want. But I'll change that with one single tweak that doesn't make me regenerate the entire thing from scratch. So let's look at the third one. Wow, there are a lot of shots showing how I fall and then rotate with that big avalanche coming after me, and what's even more traumatic is that at the end, I fall straight into that deep hole. Now, even though this might be a great scene, I'm actually going to tweak it a bit along with the second one, but this is normal when it comes to making AI films, because it's all about taking the good shots and iterating on them to get better ones. Even the most professional creators do this. It's almost impossible to get the perfect result on the first try. Now here's the fourth scene. This shot where I'm coming out of the snow feels so real because you can see on my face how scared and tired I am. However, for the fifth one, there's one small thing I want to point out. There are these ski tracks all around my character which don't really make sense. The rest of the scene looks good from start to finish, and we even have the same chopper we created earlier. And it's got the smallest details like the text, search and rescue on the side. So as you can see, the AI director did 90% of the work already and the results are pretty much done. But it's not completely perfect yet. There are still a few scenes that came out a bit glitchy. So let me show you how easy it is to actually fix those glitchy scenes. Going back to the AI director, I'll simply tell it this, and after a few moments, it gave me the new scenes. So let's take a look at them, and this is 10 times better than what we had before. For the second scene, my character now has no skis in the first part, even though in the last 3 seconds, they suddenly appear again. But we can cut that out really easily in the final step. And the third and the fourth scenes are pretty much the same. They respect what I asked for the first 10 seconds or so, and then it starts to get a bit glitchy again, which isn't a big deal. And the best part is I only regenerated those few scenes. The ones that were already good stayed exactly as they were. So now let's actually get to the third step of the workflow where everything comes together and we take out these small glitches that are still normal for AI. And for this, we don't even need CapCut, Premiere Pro, or any other editing tool because everything happens right inside the AI director. So as you can see, it opens up this editing page where we've got 3 tabs. First, we want to look for all the problems we had with the scenes and cut them out. And once we've placed them properly, we can go to the tab that says timeline and open the caption section. From here, I'll press on auto captions, which goes through the entire video and adds the dialogue along the bottom. Next, I'll simply press export to get the final edited version. And here's how it came out.
In position.
Wind's picking up. You've got a narrow window.
Copy. Moving. It's coming down.
Grab the line! Cutting it close!
Always do!
The whole film done and exported without me ever opening a single editing tool. If I'm being completely honest with you, this video is at least 3 times better than what most people are still struggling to make using AI. And that's because they're trying to do it the old way instead of taking advantage of the AI director. And if you want access to some of the best AI image and video models in one place, now's a great time to upgrade. If you upgrade to advanced or above before July 31st, you'll get up to 40% off participating models for the rest of 2026. graphics. So sign up with the link in my description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.